Well, the Perth Scorchers are out the furnace tonight, having their last final hurrah training session before they take on the Sydney Thunder tomorrow. And just coming off a loss from the Hurricanes. Now, Kato, a bit disappointing over there with the Hurricanes. What have you told the boys today to get around things?
Yeah, look, obviously we didn't start well with bat or ball the other night, and I think in this form of the game, you know, it's pretty obvious that if you're playing catch-up, there's not a lot of time to get back into the game. So that's something we did very well against the Renegades. So there's no doubt we can do it. It's just a matter of being switched on and ready to go mentally right from ball one.
Now, Sydney Thunder haven't won a game at the present moment, and they look pretty easy to beat, most would say. How have you approached that with the boys?
I've certainly told them that no game's easy in this competition. They've got plenty of very, very good players. They've obviously got two high-class international players in Chris Gale and Matt Pryor. They've also got some very good bowlers in Dirk Nannis, and you know, Scott Coyte's done very well for them. So they're a dangerous team. They've got plenty of good players in there. As we know in this form of the game, anything can happen. So I'd like to think that we'll bounce back well from what happened in Hobart. Hobart are a very good team, so you know they're hard to beat down there. But if we win tomorrow night, it sets us up nicely to try and get a semi-final position.
Now, Chris Gale, major factor in the Sydney Thunder. He hasn't performed that well out present. How are we going to go about dismissing him tomorrow?
I thought our plans to him last year were very good. We kept him quiet at ANZ Stadium. I don't want to give away too much as to what we're going to do to him, just in case he's watching this coverage. It's
a different wicket than ANZ Stadium last year.
Yeah, it certainly is. He probably will enjoy a bit of pace on the ball here compared to what he's been batting on. So we have to be wary of where we hit our lengths to him and also our line, because he's a very damaging player, you know, on the onside. So I'm pretty sure that our guys will know what they have to do come game time.
Matty Pryor, fantastic test player, but he's a pretty good T20 player. It's surprising that he doesn't play that much for England.
Mate, he's a very, very good 2020 player. Having played against him in England, his record is outstanding. I think his strike rate's in the 140s, which is, you know, very, very good at this format. So, you know, he's an international standard batsman. You know, we have to make sure that we on the money with our bowling early on to him, because if he gets going, he's hard to stop. And as I said, these guys are dangerous opponents, so we'll have to make sure we're ready to go tomorrow night.
Right, out of their bowling attack, is Matty Innes the one to watch, or have we got a couple of others to watch out there for Scorchers fans?
I think you meant Dirk Nannis.
Dirk Nannis, Matty Innes. Sorry, Matty Innes, we got rid of him a couple of years ago, but Dirk Nannis, 2020 specialist. Is he the main rival with their bowling attack?
Yeah, look, he's their standout bowler. He can do damage up front, and then he's obviously handy coming back through the middle of the innings and late at the innings. He's good at knocking the pegs over and getting a bit of shape and hitting the track early on. So, you know, it'll be a test for our openers, but I'm sure they'll be up to it. Scott Coyte's an underrated player. His record in this format's very good as well. He's done well for him in the last sort of couple of seasons. So we've got a couple of guys there. There's a few young guys we haven't seen a lot of. So, you know, that can always be, you know, something that causes the batsman just a couple of balls to get used to. But hopefully all our boys have watched the footage and seen what they have to come up against.
You're a Sydneyite, and there's a young leg spinner that most Scorchers fans out there wouldn't have heard of, young Zampa. What can we expect from him?
Yeah, he's a good little prospect. He's been in the New South Wales squad for the last year or two, and he's come on well this year. He's played a first-class game and taken a few wickets and done pretty well for the Thunder in a few games. Hopefully the conditions here won't suit him too much, and that's something that hopefully we can put him under a little bit of pressure.
Now, as we can see behind us, we've got a few of the younger Warriors squads, younger potential Warriors players training with us, and they've been training with us the whole season. Has that been an implementation from you and JL just to get them exposed to first-class ranks?
Oh, look, I'm not sure, but I think Justin's definitely been keen on getting those guys involved in the squad. I think it's a really good initiative. It bridges the gap between club cricket and state cricket, and gives those guys something to, you know, try and aspire to, and also to improve their training. Hopefully the standard that we're setting at training and the intensity is something they take back to their clubs and you know, and become better players for it. So I think it's a good all-round initiative.
And pretty good knock the other day. You must be happy with your form?
Yeah, look, it was nice to be able to contribute and sort of put a bit of pressure back on them. It was probably not my first real good hit out, but I mean, so far the top order's been outstanding for us, so I haven't really spent a lot of time in the middle, which is a good thing. But now with big games coming up, it's nice to be able to get out there and contribute, and hopefully I can do more damage tomorrow night against the Thunder.
Don't be modest, you got the fastest 50 or equal fastest 50 this year in BBL. Was that, you know, I didn't expect that. I see you as a bit of a stodger, mate, but did you expect yourself performing like that?
I knew that we had to go one way or the other, and the one way I thought was to counter-attack. You got to make the use of those first 6 overs. I thought if we didn't do that, then we were going to be under pressure through the middle overs, and thankfully got going, and that took a bit of pressure off then for the middle overs. And once I got going, I felt there was no point sort of stopping. I'll keep going, and thankfully it came off.
So basically we just threw all the cards out there, and basically if we got bowled out for 70, we got bowled out for 70, but we had to get 150 plus. Par score was 170, so that's the way to play your 2020 cricket, you'd say?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think we saw that in the Brisbane game. We had them 3 for 30 or 40, and they kept coming out hard at us and end up resurrecting their innings to 4 for 100. So, and put pressure back on us. So I think that's something we as batsmen learnt from them, and that's probably something that hopefully will hold us in good stead if that happens again, if we do lose a few early wickets. But I'm confident our top order will fire again because they're class players.
Well, Kat's confident that our top order is going to fire tomorrow. I'm confident that our bowlers are going to back the batsmen up and get down to the furnace tomorrow. It's a packed out house and we take on the Sydney Thunder.